Passion, Purpose, and Peace Summit attendees. I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to get in and get started on what we're going to be talking about. The topic that I will be speaking with you about is called Taking It Back, the journey of reclaiming and embracing all of me. So to get started, I want you to zone in on a period in life. Maybe this part of your life, you might have found yourself in what I would call a dry season. Maybe you felt empty, unfulfilled, maybe even depressed, or just not quite where you want to be in life. Or maybe you have arrived where you want to be in life. And now that you're there, it's not what you thought it would be. So you're experiencing extreme disappointment. That's what I want you to think about as we dive into this conversation. Okay. But before we get there, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Okay. My name is Jalima, and professionally, I'm a business and marketing strategy coach. I'm also a professional consultant. I work with business owners and I help them put systems and strategies in place to help them improve their productivity, increase their income, and impact their professional and personal goals for their businesses. I also help them to embrace their gifts that they have and bring it into their career so they can experience true explosion. So they're not only working with one part of what it is they love to do. I do this because 20 years of experience has taught me that multiple streams of income combined with happiness is the true meaning of success. Because let's get real, God has put so much in us, but a lot of times we only tap into a fraction of it. But if we would just be willing to tap into a little bit more, even just another quarter more of what's inside of us, imagine what you can experience in life. Everything that you need and everything that you need or desire in life is in you. God's already put it in there. But how can you access it? How can you use it? And how can you make things happen with it? So while I am confident that I'm great at my job, I also know that I'm great at my job because I've learned to combine all aspects of who I am. So, for example, while I'm also a professional coach and consultant, I'm also a minister of the gospel. I'm a mom of four. I am the proud wife of my best friend and who is also my business partner. And when I bring all those things together, it makes me better at what it is that I do professionally all over. So why do I share those aspects? Because I am who I am because of what I was able to overcome to get here today. So I'm sharing these things so you know that I see you, I know you, and I feel you. While I may not know you personally, I want you to know that I recognize that I am on this platform as an assignment to break any and everything that's preventing you from becoming the best version of you. So I want you to write these words on a piece of paper. Okay. You ready? Here we go. It's time to take it back. Let me repeat it. It's time to take it back. What do I mean by take it back? Well, I'm glad you asked. See, it's time to take back your life, your power, your courage, your story, your family, your job, your promise, your will, your vision, your out of this world witty idea, your drive, your courage, your passion. It's time to take you back. I can say this because 6 years ago, 57 pills, an emergency room, and tears. These things combined were my take it back recipe. See, I started off my story with you all telling you to go back to a time in your life where you were in a dry season. I started off because that was my dry season. My take it back recipe was a very dark and dry season in my life. I wanted out of life. And truth be told, while it wasn't my first time ever struggling that bad in such a dark time in life, it was my first solid attempt to escape. But little did I know, it was the beginning of my journey to reclaim my life. And it started by embracing me, the me that God was calling me to be, the me that God created me to be. I was broken, shattered, I was empty, but that emptiness left room for all the pride to go. There was no room for my ego. There was no room for excuses. It was time to get my life back. It was time to get real. It was time to face the elephant in the room. I was not fully living up to my full potential. I was not fully embracing everything that God put in me. I was not fully going after all my dreams and aspirations. I had given up. Excuses had taken the place of purpose. Excuses had taken the place of vision. Excuses had taken the place of everything in my life. But my take it back recipe led me to the journey to fully embrace myself. Now, I am not saying that you have to experience a suicidal ideations or deep dark depressions or those things to have this, to experience this journey. But unfortunately, sometimes it's hard wake-up calls that get us to realize, hey, I'm missing something. What is it that God has put in you? So I want you to think about, I want you to walk away with these two things today. Okay. It's time for you to take back the power in your life. And you have the ability to do it. But the first way that you do it, the first way that you start the process of taking back your power is to face the very thing that's trying to overpower you. Stop running, stop avoiding. You buckle down, you put your grit face on, and you say, let's go. Identify the problem and tackle it. Do you hear me? Identify the problem and tackle it. How do you take back your life? How do you take your power? How do you reclaim what's yours? You identify the problem and tackle it. Too often, we are taught to avoid or to deny or not receive. No, no, no. We are going to identify the problem and tackle it. Now, point number two, how do you face what is so hard or so impossible? I want you to go grab a pen again. It's a very, very magical word that sometimes we avoid, but it's extremely helpful. You ready? You ask for help. You hear me? You ask for help. So while you're in a place where you might be struggling and you're trying to figure out how to get out of it, the only way you're going to do it is face it, then ask for help. That help might look like counseling. That help might look like getting a coach. That help might look like getting a mentor. That help might look like getting your tail up and going to church every week. That help might look like praying more. Here's the thing. Your help might look like all 5 things that I just said. The bottom line is you get some help and you stop sitting in it. Because the longer you sit in it, you're not going to ever get out of it. Okay? So you're taking back your life this year. We're no longer stuck. You're reclaiming and you're walking in fully who God has called you to be. No more excuses. I want to thank Dr. Teresa Mosley for having me on this platform. It's been a true honor. It is my prayer that this has touched you. And if any of you ever want to get in touch with me, my information is below. Jalima Cook is my name. My website is www.jalimacook.com, and it's been an honor. Now go out here, take back your life, fully embrace who it is that God has called you to be, and let's do this. Thank you.